There I was. Boxer shorts clinging to my ankles, lotion smeared across my right hand, phone hastily held in my left. A cocktail of substances coursing through my veins, a mix of liquors so potent a mere drop of piss would send a Geiger counter screaming. Hunched in the corner of my room, shoulders curved like some demonic form infesting households. And as I stared in the mirror, eyes bloodshot and hair raggled at 3 a.m., I could feel one thing. Not anger, not fear, not even disappointment. Just numbness. Fuck this, I said to myself. Tomorrow is a new day. I'm done with this fucking suffering. I'm done with feeling so damn worthless. I'm fucking done. Next Friday rolled around and I was in the same slump. Same pitiful situation and the same old shit. Eventually I got my act together, but my story is not unique. We all have goals, we all have dreams, we all have grandiose visions of becoming novelists or Hollywood actors or legendary entrepreneurs. But we fail. We get inspired and riled up, but ultimately find ourselves giving in to the whims of pleasure and self-doubt. We fall prey to complacency, a product of procrastination, digging ourselves into lowly existential graves. There's no feeling worse than stasis, than just being stuck. And I was stuck in March of 2023, wasting away my hours doom scrolling, escaping my life, numbing my mind, and looking for solace in empty tequila bottles. Eventually, I got my shit together, competed in bodybuilding, taught myself how to write, and took some damn responsibility for my life. Now, I'm happier than ever. And here's the thing. We're all capable of achieving our dreams. That doesn't mean it's easy, but it comes slowly, the result of tiny, incremental changes performed daily. Habits. Today, I'll be sharing my story of escaping that hellish pit, changing my habits, and diving into some of the science behind it. Ultimately, I hope you'll leave this video inspired, riled up, and equipped with the tools that you need to change your habits and take back control of your life. Chapter 1. Bodybuilding. In July 2023, I competed in a bodybuilding show. This meant 2 hours of cardio a day, painful, grueling workouts, and down to 1,300 calories per day. Beyond the physical struggle, the mental challenge was the real demon. I was tired 24/7, devoid of energy, color drained from my face, and a mere husk of my normally bouncy, smiling self. Simply going for a walk around the neighborhood became as draining as a goddamn marathon. Alright, but one thing kept me going. A story. A deeper why, a purpose of some sorts. Early on, I realized this show isn't about me. It's about everyone I interact with. Because this show, this challenge, molds me into the type of person I want to be for the people I love. It wasn't just about biceps and a six-pack, but the mental fortitude, and discipline, and sheer willpower I'd develop. You see, if I couldn't control my body, how could I be the master of my own mind, of my own fate? I did this show to test my limits, to see how far I could go, to challenge my faculties, to prove my capabilities to myself. Because doing so will benefit my friends, my family, strangers, and all the people I care about, and even the people I don't know I care about yet. My why, my purpose was so goddamn strong, ingrained in my mind, etched into my soul, that whenever the urge to give up arose, I swatted it away, reminding myself of why I was competing. And that stoked the flames. So if you're ready to make a big change, please, my friend, get clear on your why. What is the purpose of adopting new habits? How is cleaning up your diet, getting exercise, or cracking open a book helping you and the people you care about? Is this new habit sculpting your willpower? Is it contributing to your flourishing? Because once you get clear on why you want to change, carve that shit into your brain, carve it into your soul, and don't forget it. Now, let's talk a little bit about adopting new habits. Part 2, writing an incremental change. In August of 2023, after my show, I began to write online. I published tweets, threads, blogs on Medium, and just dove straight into it. I thought I hated writing. Back in high school, doing essays on Jane Austen or stupid-ass American government essays just bored me to death. I do not care too much about that one court case in Massachusetts in 1834 that was apparently super important, but suddenly I forgot it. Anyways, I started writing about philosophy and psychology and self-development and creativity and happiness and all these things I really care about. And I felt a spark. And I continued to stoke those flames. Now, 10 months later in May, I've written every day, published over 200 mini essays on Twitter and LinkedIn. I've written actually over 300,000 words, and that's about 6 typical nonfiction books of content, and made about $800 from freelance writing. And I also landed a job in LA because of my writing and personal brand stuff. And I'm not trying to stoke my ego or, say I'm the shit, because I'm really not. And it's not that much, but I'm proud of my accomplishments. I really am. But here's the funny thing. All of this stems from one simple habit, one thing. So easy that even a baby could do it. I wake up, piss, drink water, and scribble on the page. That's it. I also edit and get feedback and post and study the grades and spend hours reading and craft copy and do all that stuff. But the habit of writing, merely showing up every day, changing my actions, shifting my identity, developing skills and belief, all that stems from one simple writing habit. I just wake up and I write. I don't think about it. I don't spend time crying over the fact that I have to write. I just wake up, get to my desk, and start scribbling on the page. And all of that led to those accomplishments I'm talking about, right? And here's the takeaway, guys. Here is the takeaway. Make habits easy and lower the stakes. My writing routine is in the morning. My mind is freshest, it's not being interrupted by parents calling or classes, and it's super simple and easy. I have no excuses not to spend 5 to 10 minutes scribbling in my journal, right? All I have to do is just wake up 5 to 10 minutes earlier than I normally would. Now, most days, this simple habit turns into 30 or 40 minutes when I'm really in the flow, but I don't force myself to stay for hours. And part of this is because I lower the stakes and keep expectations low. I don't tell myself, I've got to write 20 pages every single day, or by the end of this month, I must have my book manuscript that will become an instant New York Times bestseller. No, I don't say that shit to myself. Because these intense, time-consuming goals like that set us up for failure at the beginning. You see, we bite off more than we can chew. We get wrapped up in ego and excitement, and ultimately, we burn out or get scared, riddled by self-doubt and fear before we even cross the starting line. It's easy to scale and increase the intensity of a habit once it's been established. But until then, lower the stakes and master the art of just showing up. Shout out to James Clear on that one. So, my friends, before committing yourself to an Ironman race or writing the second coming of Crime and Punishment, what if you just went to the gym 3 times a week? Or journaled for 10 minutes? What if you just got started? In fact, there's some scientific backing to this idea of slow, sustainable, and incremental habit change over large, drastic shifts, right? So, there's this psychology researcher from San Diego State University. Her name is Jean Twenge. She took psychology undergrads and split them into 2 groups. So group 1 rated a list of household products like pens, t-shirts, staplers, etc. on a scale of 1 to 5 and how much they use them. Then the other group, group 2, rated and chose the preference of them. So for example, rating a red versus blue pen and which one they would choose, and a pink versus a green shirt and which one they would choose, requiring more cognitive effort and thinking. Then, the participants were taken to another room and asked to submerge their hands and forearms into a bucket of ice-cold water to measure their self-control and levels of persistence. The results were shocking. The second group, who spent a lot of time rating the products and choosing the products, lasted half as long as group 1. Actually, less than half as long. Group 1, who had to do the very low intensity task, lasted 67 seconds submerged in the water. Group 2 lasted a mere 27 seconds. And researchers hypothesized that the reason this happened is because willpower is sort of like a muscle. You see, its energy depletes throughout the day as we make more decisions. You know, what clothes am I going to wear? What am I going to eat for breakfast? What route should I take to work? Should I get the coffee or the latte? Should I do this? Do I do that? Right? And as we go throughout our day, our willpower decreases, and it needs time to recharge. Now, this makes a lot of sense, right? We often cheat on our diets when the urges attack us, late at night, creeping into the kitchen and stealing a cookie at 1 a.m. after a tiring day, right? People succumb to potato chips at 11 p.m., not right after breakfast. So, what does this mean for us, for you and me who are trying to build better habits? Let's not fight our willpower and have to rely on uncompromising discipline 24/7. If we make habits easy, inflexible, and focus on showing up, then even when we're tired or our willpower is depleted, we can still follow through with these habits and take the actions we can be proud of. Maybe you don't have time for a 45-minute run, but you probably have time for a 10 or 15-minute walk, right? I know sometimes I get late and I don't have time to cook, but I always have time to pick up a sweet green salad or pack a ham and cheese sandwich instead of succumbing to McDonald's or Chick-fil-A or whatever garbage you'll eat. Our long-term success isn't determined by all the days we feel super energized and disciplined and on schedule. But in fact, it's determined by the days that we're tired and we want to quit. Because if we can stay on track during these tough times, we're sure to reach the goals we want to achieve. Lower the stakes, focus on consistency, and make incremental change. Conclusion. I'm gonna be real with you guys. Life is pretty fucking tough. And change is really hard. But we can make it easier on ourselves and ultimately become the people we aspire to be. And it all starts with the habits of today. Our daily actions that mold our identity and character. Now, if we want to actually make sustainable, lasting change, we first must understand why we're changing. This is gonna fuel you through all the tough times and the shit eating that is inevitable. And then we make these habits simple and easy to implement. Lower the stakes for a bit. Be flexible. Show up, establish routine, and then dial up the intensity as needed. And now that we understand these core ideas, it's time for us to make some motherfucking change. So, if you're with me, say goodbye to your big paunch or your dull mind and a life that you detest. It's time for you to become the person you're meant to be. Thanks for stopping by, and I love you. Yo! What's up, y'all? It's a little PS, a little postscript. If you enjoyed this deep dive and want to receive more insights on philosophy and psychology and self-development, you should check out my newsletter, link in bio, right? Silly little words where every Monday you'll receive a few musings from me to help you shape your week ahead. And if you've got a friend looking to change their habits, which we probably all are, please, it would mean a great deal if you could send this video their way. They'll thank you, and good friends help each other, so be a good friend. Thanks for stopping by, guys. I really appreciate the recent support, and I love you. Take care. Peace.